What is going on, everybody? My name is Ciara Lawler. Welcome to the week of Movie Mondays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the week's movie news, entertainment news, and just generally having a bit of a chit chat about all things to do with film. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Sean Mean. Sean, how is it going?
Tired, Connor? Because, let me tell you right now.
Okay.
Certain event happened last night.
Some sort of awards event.
Some sort of awards event for people with so much money.
Yes.
Do you know how much the gift bags were worth?
No.
$225,000.
That's more than I make a day.
Technically the truth, yes.
Yes.
But no, I stayed up.
Not a week, though.
No. I stayed up until 5 watching the Oscars to give up-to-the-minute commentary for this podcast.
And then you turned up here
Yes.
with your eyes wide and just unblinking.
They're more red than eyes at the minute.
I'm kind of scared at the minute, but also I want to see how long it goes until you crash. And I'm very interested in the human psychology of when that crash happens.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be midway through one of the stories. But also we have other stuff to talk about, not just Oscars.
No, I'll be halfway through Doctor Strange news and you'll be like, fuck off, I hate Doctor Strange.
Actually, I'm quite into that news.
Okay, so I think there's only really one place to start, Sean.
The beginning or the end?
I would say the beginning of the Oscars, because you are now our Oscars expert.
I'm the correspondent.
You're the expert correspondent that we go to ask all things to do with the Oscars, because you're one of the sad people who stayed up and watched it all.
I had great fun. I had a bunch of friends. There's an Oscar
You had like an Oscar party?
Yeah, Oscar party.
Weird. For Ireland as well, because that's on until 5 in the morning.
I know, it really is. I got there at like 8 p.m.
Oh, that's too late.
No, man, there's cans.
Oh.
I won an award.
Did you?
Yeah.
What award did you win?
Oh, what was it? It was
Best Director. best Boy.
It was best at it was like best at wood carving while hosting a podcast and supping a pint of Smithwick's.
That seems like a very specific. Were you the only nominee?
Someone accepted on my behalf.
You sent in a video acceptance speech.
I got Margot Robbie to read it out.
Fair play to you. So, Oscars 2020, it happened, Sean. There were winners, there were losers, there was the Joker.
Yeah.
Where would you like to begin?
I suppose, like there was a lot of stuff snubbed at the Oscars this year. A lot of films that a lot of people felt should have been in it.
We've talked a lot about Greta Gerwig and Little Women.
Absolutely, yeah. Did you see Natalie Portman's cape?
Oh, she had all the names of all the female directors?
Yeah, who weren't nominated,
Yeah.
sewn into it.
Yeah.
Which is fucking amazing.
Natalie Portman will do that, man.
Yeah, Natalie Portman doesn't care.
Unreal.
I suppose the one I wanted your opinion on was the best actor, which was Mr. Joaquin Phoenix for Joker.
Okay.
Now, you don't like Joker, but you have said you like Joaquin Phoenix.
I said he was my pick to win it. Not because I liked it, I just thought that it was. I think not to say it, but I think it was obvious that he was going to win it. Like, that is what they love at the Oscars.
And he's an actor.
He's a sad white man, and he's being real edgy.
Did you see his acceptance speech?
Yes, I have seen the acceptance speech, and he comes across a bit better.
Yeah, and he's really human at the end of it.
Yeah,
it's like what this means to my family. Like, you know.
Yeah, I think
I like him. I think
it's weird. Like, you associate him with Todd Phillips, who we don't like.
We don't like Todd Phillips here.
But I think Joaquin Phoenix, although he might be eccentric and he might be a lot, I think he's just a nice person.
That's the thing.
He's like a really deep thinker.
Yeah, he's like a chaotic Keanu Reeves.
Yes, that's what he is. And obviously he's one of the best actors working. Like, yeah,
not even just for Joker, but anything he's done is all like he only does stuff he knows will be good.
He really should have won one for Walk the Line.
Yeah, Walk the Line was amazing.
Yeah, Reese Witherspoon won one for that, I think.
Did she?
I think he didn't though.
Ooh.
Or else she got nominated. I'm pretty sure
I'd be interested to see what it was up against in that case.
Yeah, was that 2007? I think it's 2007.
Yeah, I always remember seeing the ad for it.
Yeah, so we should probably start with, do you want to start with best actor, best director, best picture? Where would you like to go here?
Do you have a list already curated?
I already
scrolling through would be easy.
Yes.
Do it that way.
Seems smart. Okay, so my first one is Best Picture.
Best Picture.
Yes, Best
Very
Picture.
happy.
The
Very
nominees:
happy.
Ford vs Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite, with the winner being Parasite.
Fucking delighted.
It was, from everything I've heard, it's amazing. I have not seen it myself.
You would love Parasite. It's exactly your kind of film.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
To just speak Korean.
What?
It's in Korean. It's all in Korean.
No, I don't go see foreign films because I don't want to read.
That's, fair.
And you know I can't read, and now you've brought it up.
I'll dub it for you. I'll dub it for you.
You just shouted at me in the cinema.
We went out a whole cinema.
It's me just squinting at the screen and you going, she says hello.
No, I love Parasite. Is like the second I watched it, I wanted it to win.
Really?
Yeah, it's so good because it's a guy who directed Snowpiercer.
And you love Snowpiercer?
Yeah, Snowpiercer is up there in my favourite movies.
Okay, and what makes it so good?
It's tense, but properly tense. It doesn't follow, you know, the way Western stories, they have
linear story pattern.
Yeah, and an arc, and it's very predictable a lot of the time. It's just the way films are made in South Korea, but the pacing of it is way different. So the build of tension lasts for ages and ages and ages.
Act 2 is enormously long. Really?
It is. It is longer than I thought it would be.
Right.
But it doesn't ever drag. I was never bored watching it.
No, but I mean in terms of the normal pattern would be Act 1, Act 2, tension is rising, and then Act 3 it all blows off.
Yeah.
But if the tension is there for maybe an hour and a half?
Yeah.
It starts off, lets you introduce these characters, then Act 2 starts and it's just tension.
That's it, and the characters in it are amazing. They're all real, they feel like real people, they're all believable, they're all clever. That's
amazing.
Yeah.
I love it when a film just has characters that act like humans.
Yeah, and I don't.
Let's split up.
Yeah.
There's a murder on the loose. Split up
into the dungeons. I don't speak the language, but just even from the
not like me. Go on, you're not cultured.
I know. I'm sorry.
That's the thing.
Just by the way their voices rose and fall, there's siblings in it, and they talk to each other like siblings would.
Yeah.
You know, they're jokey and everything like that. It's just a really fucking good movie. And I was terrified. It was just, it won Best International Feature.
Yeah, Best Foreign Feature as well.
Yeah. And I knew it was going to win that.
They were always going to give it, and I thought they would use that as an excuse to not give it
this one.
Yes.
But, oh man. He won 3 Oscars.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. He said this is for everyone back home making films. Back in South Korea, we can make it here in Hollywood.
I really need to watch this movie.
Do
you have to be in the right frame of mind though?
I don't know. I was trying to think of this. If you're in the mood to watch a movie, that's all you need to be in.
Okay.
You know?
Good. Okay, that's fair enough. And I think looking at them all and the way you've even told me, there's a lot of strong movies here. Some of them are Joker, but some of them are strong. You know what I mean? And so to win out on that, I really thought they were going to check it out. But if it's the best movie, it's the best movie. Yeah, you got to give it to it.
Absolutely, and it's so well deserved.
Okay, and then we move on to Best Director, which is also won by Bong Joon-ho.
Bong Joon-ho is
the director of Parasite. The other nominees were The Irishman, Martin Scorsese, Joker with Todd Phillips, 1917, Sam Mendes, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Quentin Tarantino. Now we said Scorsese and Tarantino will always just get nominated if they make a movie. They're just 2 of the 5 locked in.
Yeah.
And to see Bong Joon-ho, who once again I thought they would back out and not give it to him.
Yeah, I thought that as well. We
just have no faith.
It's mind-boggling because he thanked Scorsese and he thanked Tarantino when he got the award.
Yeah,
because he was like, "No, I make films because I watch you guys."
But that's the best thing to do.
He's the most humble dude. He's not just the best director. I think he's the best
human. He's the best of us.
We can all aspire to be Bong Joon-ho.
Fuck, man. And you're saying Todd Phillips isn't the best of us?
I think he's the blurst of us.
It was the best of times. It was the blurst of times.
But I like the direction in it. Parasite, everything, they built all the sets. There's no on location stuff.
Right.
So he had it all built so he could film it the way he wanted.
With the camera moving.
Yeah.
Right.
So the things are, and there's different versions of stuff. It's
a level of detail we probably don't see.
Exactly, and it's the fact you don't see it is the genius of it.
And yet the fact you don't notice it. Like, the best thing in the movie is when something's just happening and you just, like, how you know a score in a movie is good
is if you never
is if you don't go,
it.
That's a weird song to pick there.
Yeah, and we'll get on to score actually in this, probably. But I do think that, but simply because Parasite is the exact film he wanted to make, he deserves Best Director. And,
like, I think the only other option I would have probably given it was 1917 with Sam Mendes.
Yeah.
I really thought they would look at him just for the
one take.
The technical marvel of it. Now, obviously, there are cuts in it, but, like, the technical marvel of even achieving that or trying to achieve that.
Yeah, and making it as seamless as possible.
I think it came down to them too. I don't know if Tarantino, Scorsese, or Todd Phillips were ever really... Scorsese, maybe, for the anti-aging.
Maybe, yeah. But I think everyone knows he's a good director.
Yeah, and also he's Scorsese. He doesn't care.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Like, who cares? So we're moving on to Best Actor, which the nominees were Antonio Banderas for Pain and Glory, Leonardo DiCaprio for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Adam Driver for Marriage Story, Joaquin Phoenix for Joker, and Jonathan Pryce for The Two Popes. The winner, of course, was Joaquin Phoenix for Joker. To be honest, it's an amazing performance.
Yeah.
And it's a character that, even if you don't like the movie, I could still come out and go, that was an amazing performance. That movie is, I think we've talked about, is a grand, but he is so good in it that it
he elevates it. Yeah.
It would be the same thing if, heaven forbid, The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Dark Knight as a movie makes very little sense, plot-wise.
Yes.
In terms of how he's planning things and what's going on, but The Dark Knight, I think Dark Knight is still a very good movie. Mm-hmm. But, like, The Dark Knight could be average, but Heath Ledger is so amazing in that movie.
That's true.
It would just raise it another few notches.
If Jared Leto was the Joker in that movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm... Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. It's the same plot, but Jared Leto's Joker is there.
It's the... I don't know. It's... And also, Joaquin Phoenix didn't send used condoms or a dead pig to anyone.
No, don't be sending used condoms
So how good an actor can he be?
Yeah, so like, we're always like, he's very meted, but he wasn't sending any used condoms.
And everyone in that list certainly deserves to be there.
Yeah.
Like, I've not seen The Two Popes, but I've heard Jonathan Pryce is fucking amazing.
And the other ones are Leo, Antonio Banderas, and Adam Driver. Adam Driver, who we love.
Yes, and can do no wrong.
Big fans of Adam Driver. He got our Man of the Year, Hero of the Year.
Hero of the Year, yeah.
Just because he's class.
For just raising up The Rise of Skywalker or something.
Yeah, very similar.
An actor raising a movie.
An actor's performance can always make an average movie better. Yeah. And if you have a good movie and you have an amazing performance, that's why it's like, what is the best movie ever?
Yeah, exactly.
So I think Joaquin Phoenix was so good in that movie. We could do the exact same thing. Put Jared Leto as Joker in Joker.
Yeah.
Like,
it doesn't track. Like,
no, even thinking about it doesn't make any sense. So he was amazing in that.
You just see him tattooing himself.
There's a whole scene
knocking his teeth out.
He's just walking down the street all happy, sending used condoms. He's after just come back from the post office, so he's delighted with himself. And then he goes into the tattoo artist. You just see him walk in, and then later he comes out with just damaged tattooed across his forehead. Oh, this guy's dangerous.
This is the one.
It's like a 10-minute conversation. He's like, no, I want damaged on your forehead. Yeah, no, on my forehead.
Just do it.
Did I fucking stutter? Put it on my forehead, John.
Joker doesn't think he's damaged though. That's God.
Don't get me started.
So dumb.
Oh no. Moving on. Best Actress. We have Cynthia Erivo for Harriet, Scarlett Johansson, Marriage Story, Saoirse Ronan, or is that Saoirse Ronan? I don't know how to pronounce Irish names, Sean.
It's Saoirse Ronan.
Saoirse Ronan, Little Women, Charlize Theron in Bombshell, and Renee Zellweger for Judy. Renee Zellweger won.
Yeah. Her speech was baffling.
I didn't see it.
It was everything. It was an everything kind of
Have you heard her accent? I did not know she talked like that.
Yeah, no. Like, fair play. She's a great actress.
And I think she was going to win it for Judy because she embodied that character. Judy's a very Oscar movie.
It is, but it's also apparently a very good movie.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying taking that away from it.
No, yeah.
Like Bohemian Rhapsody had the same thing last year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Surprised Rocketman wasn't involved.
Oh, don't get me started on Rocketman. Rocketman's so good.
Taron Egerton. Oh.
If Taron came a year before, he would have won the fucking Oscar.
Absolutely.
Rami Malek won the Oscar for Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even singing. And Taron Egerton learned how to sing like Elton John.
Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
But I think Renee Zellweger, I've not seen Judy, so I can't comment on it. But again, she's one of these people in Hollywood that has just proved she's well able to act.
Yeah. So much so that we didn't even know that was her real accent until she started talking.
Yeah.
That is how good she is at things.
It's the Hugh Laurie effect.
Yeah. What accent does she have? Like, I think I seen her on the red carpet talking. I was like, why is she talking like that?
Why is she putting on a voice?
Is she doing like a weird actor?
And
she's really quiet. Have you seen the actress roundtable?
No.
They do those actors or actresses or director roundtables.
Yeah.
I don't know who does it. It's not E. If you just look up on YouTube, they're like 50 minutes long, and they get like all of the best actors and actresses just around the table, and they just chat about their films and just there's a moderator there, but it's like literally just them talking to each other, and she's like so quiet. If she talks like, yeah, no, I did the movie and I just thought it was really good, and you're just kind of like, you have to turn it up, and anyone else talks, you have to turn away. But I think she's just like a really nice person who's really good at acting.
Yeah, like I think, why not give her an award?
Yeah, I think she. Saoirse got another nominee, but we really thought she was going to take it.
We thought she'd do it this time,
or Scarlett would do the double.
Yeah,
I think we kind of wanted Scarlett to do the double.
Because I just think that'd be hilarious.
I just think that'd be amazing if you're so good that you win both of them.
Then just go home, everyone else.
You have a monopoly on acting.
Like Scarlett was very good in Jojo Rabbit.
Yes.
Like, no, I think I think her role and her character is very memorable in that movie.
Well, that's where she got the supporting actress.
I know, but yeah, I don't know if she's the best. I don't know if it's an award-winning or award nominee-worthy performance. If you get me,
in Marriage Story,
in Jojo Rabbit.
Okay,
I think she's really, really good in it.
Really?
But I don't think it's the meatiest part I've ever seen her in.
I would have thought that Jojo Rabbit would have been more likely to get nominated by Marriage. I think she's probably better in... Because I think in Marriage Story you're competing with Adam Driver, who I think he's better in that movie than she is.
Right.
But in Jojo Rabbit I think she's like the best in that movie.
Because the rest of them are children.
Yes, no,
Actually, Sam Rockwell's the best person in that
movie.
movie.
Absolutely. Never go against Rockwell.
And Alfie Allen.
So, the best adapted screenplay, we had The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, and The Two Popes. And Jojo Rabbit, Taika Waititi.
Love it.
Won a fucking Oscar. I would never bring up adapted screenplay, but Taika Waititi won an Oscar, and we gotta cover that.
That's insane. Like, it's a very good movie, Jojo Rabbit. Now, I don't think it's Best Picture. But,
no.
Because that's Parasite, clearly.
Yeah. Okay,
but,
your boyfriend.
But, like, first of all, I love fucking Taika Waititi as a person. Cause
Who do you prefer, Taika Waititi or Bong Joon-ho?
Oh, Jesus, I just want them both to come to my dinner party.
Right.
Imagine the scenes.
The conversation would be amazing.
It would be. Because we all speak Korean.
Yes.
But as soon as Taika Waititi went up to accept the award, he was just like, "Oh, this is light. This should be heavier." And someone asked him afterwards, like, "Oh, is there anything you would change about, the modern writing process?" And he just goes, "Yeah, I think Apple should fix their keyboards because it hurts my fingers to type on them."
He was actually at the writers' roundtable one that they did, and they were just asking like your process, and he was just like, sometimes I start at the end, sometimes I start at the start, sometimes I just kind of pick and choose middle bits, but sometimes I have the end, and then I'll just pick a random scenes and I'll just write around them.
It'll get done.
It'll get done eventually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like the nonchalance of pretending you're dumb, when in reality he's not.
He's a genius.
Yeah.
There's also a video of him on Twitter, and he has the award. And he just puts it under the chair in front of him, so
I've
he
seen
doesn't
that.
have to hold it.
I've seen that.
No, it's a really good Jojo Rabbit.
Best original screenplay also with the Parasite, even though Knives Out was there. I was really hoping Knives Out would win, but sure, if Parasite is the best movie and the best director and the best foreign movie, you kind of have to give it to him.
You really do.
Yeah. Best supporting actor, you had Tom Hanks for A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Anthony Hopkins for The Two Popes, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, and Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Brad Pitt won it.
Yeah.
Really sad Joe Pesci didn't win it.
I was really hoping for Pesci. No, Pesci wasn't there.
Was he not?
No, they announced the name, didn't cut to him.
Interesting.
Yeah. Al Pacino was there.
Right. Al Pacino should not have been nominated, I don't think, for The Irishman.
I've not seen The Irishman, it's too long.
You have seen it. Have you not?
I don't think
you
so.
You told me you did, I thought.
No.
Right. I genuinely thought you turned around and you were like, I seen The Irishman the other day.
I don't think I did.
Oh, maybe you're delirious. Maybe I'm delirious.
Who
You're
knows?
like...
I watched it behind the scenes on The Irishman to see how they did
That
it.
counts.
Yeah, that
counts.
That's the plot, right?
Yeah.
My dad watched it.
Okay.
Said, like, you can de-age him, but he's still a 70-year-old man and he moves like a 70-year-old man.
Yeah, no, it's the same with Samuel L. Jackson in Captain Marvel.
Yeah. But Brad Pitt definitely got it for that one shirtless scene.
Look. In Fight Club, yes.
Yeah.
They retroactively. They went back and like he was fucking ripped in Fight Club.
No, I haven't seen Once Upon a Time, actually.
Have you? Because it's Tarantino, and you told me you weren't interested in it, which is weird.
I know. I didn't have the drive to go watch it.
He's really good in it.
Clearly.
Yeah, very good, obviously. That goes without saying. But I was still sad Joe Pesci didn't win it. I really thought this was going to be his time.
I really thought so too.
My Cousin Vinny was going to get the award. Best Supporting Actress, we had Kathy Bates for Richard Jewell, Laura Dern for Marriage Story, Scarlett Johansson for Jojo Rabbit, Florence Pugh for Little Women, and Margot Robbie for Bombshell. Laura Dern won it in the end. Which I'm delighted for Laura Dern.
Yeah, Laura Dern did real well.
She's one of the nicest people in Hollywood.
She's just lovely.
She's just a lovely person.
No, like anyone on that list would have been a good choice, but Laura Dern like really clinched it.
Yeah,
like I just think, and well for her, you know, she's had a good couple of years, like in terms of roles and even
like she went basically quiet for a decade or more, and then came back with Star Wars. And did she come back for Jurassic World? No, she's in the next one.
She's in the next one.
She's in the next one, and then she just basically. Like, she came back with a bag and she got like 4 big movies in a row.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, she's back. Cool.
Yeah.
And she's really
acting
good.
The shit out of it.
Yeah, she's really, really good.
Yeah, she's great.
So fucking, who cares? Fair play to you. Best Animated Feature, we have How to Train Your Dragon, I Lost My Body, Klaus, Missing Link, and Toy Story 4 won Best Animated Feature.
It was gonna, wasn't it?
It's Toy Story.
Yeah.
And it's Pixar. And it's number 4.
And it's the Oscars.
And it's the Oscars. Best Original Score. Winner, The Joker. Was also Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, John Williams.
Yeah. To be fair, the lady who did the score for Joker wrote it all in pre-production.
Oh, I'm going to butcher this name. Hildur Guðnadóttir?
Pretty close.
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt it. But it was all written in pre-production before they even started filming.
Interesting.
It's not done in the edit. So, like, the actors, like, Joaquin could dance to that music.
Wow.
Because they had it. Like,
and he danced so well.
He
down
did.
those stairs.
She didn't write that song.
Oh, right, no. She was retroactively going back in time.
It's like, fuck.
Writing classics.
Wrote it in pre-production.
Fair play. Best International Feature Film, as I said, was Parasite. And Best Cinematography went to 1917 with Roger Deakins.
Roger Deakins should have won about a dozen times before.
And finally now he's won one.
Yeah.
Has he won one before?
No,
never.
He's been nominated something like 15 times.
Jesus
or something like
Christ.
That. Yeah.
And he's amazing.
He's amazing. He did. Oh no, wait. Did he? I think he might have got it for Blade Runner.
2049 or the original?
2049, I thought.
Okay.
I don't know. He doesn't have as many as he deserves.
Yeah. And 1917 is shot beautifully. So
yeah, true. And even just like the one take thing again, the achievement of that to be able to
fool people into thinking that it's one take.
That's a skill, like.
Yeah, because obviously, like, if we're watching it, logically you can't film a movie that's 2.5 hours long in one take.
A war movie
in one take. Because I think I even was talking to who said that? Taika Waititi was saying about Benedict Cumberbatch just being in the room at the end of the movie for 2.5 hours, and they just kept telling him the camera's coming, and he was just kind of like, oh, is it? Oh, wait. Because it's like, the camera's right outside, get ready. He was, Taika Waititi said he was sitting there for 64 days, just waiting for the camera to come
waiting for it to come.
It didn't make any sense.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so...
I had a point to make. The other nominations for cinematography...
were The Irishman, Joker, The Lighthouse, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
The Lighthouse really interests me. I have not seen it yet because I want to see it in a cinema.
I've heard people say that's amazing, and it's absolutely shit.
See, I'm think I'm happy either way.
Right.
I just think it's cool that a black and white 4x3 film got nominated for best cinematography in 2020.
Yeah, I think it's actually interesting. Joker, Lawrence Sher was nominated for Best Cinematography. They're on Black Adam now.
Go where?
Yeah, they're the Black Adam cinematographer.
That's interesting.
So, you have an Oscar-nominated cinematographer.
It's going to look class.
Yeah, look, what can you do?
Because I don't know, is it good if it looks different than Shazam? Do you get what I'm asking there?
Yes.
Like, do they need to look similar, those movies? Or
I think they should be darker, Black Adam.
Okay.
I mean, he's evil.
Or is he?
Or is he? He's The Rock. Can he be evil?
Can he be full evil?
I don't
think so.
He'll be cool.
He'll be quippy.
So that's the Oscars as a whole, Sean. Yeah or nay? Obviously, we're still against several of movies that should have probably been nominated.
Yeah, true. But I like, of the past few Oscars, this has been a pretty good one.
That's good.
Yeah. I had some IPAs. I had a red ale.
So now you're just talking about your own experience.
A whiskey sour. 2 whiskey sours, in fact.
Fuck.
I know.
That's why you look so rough.
They were doubles.
It was a long night.
It was a fun night.
That's why you were so full of energy when you arrived here. You were still drunk.
No, we got little gift bags. Had a can of Monster
250 grand worth of gift bags.
It was lovely.
Okay, we're going to move on to our next piece of news. We've been talking too much Oscars.
Too many Oscars. Not enough.
Superhero stuff?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Is there superhero news?
Spider-Man villain Kraven reportedly playing big role in the MCU.
Woo! Who do we do for Hero or Zero?
Oh, Blue Snowman?
Jesus Christ.
What?
No, I did Kraven again.
Twice.
Yeah, if you need to know who Kraven is, go listen to that. I'm trying to plug an episode, Connor. Work with me.
It's all word back and forth.
That's cool.
Yes.
I'm sure it's early days and there's no real, it's rumoured to be playing a part. Is that what you're saying?
New information about the Kraven the Hunter solo film
from
hints
Sony?
So Kraven could have his own film.
Oh.
Like Venom and Morbius.
Of course, sorry.
You're forgetting this is Sony.
The Sonyverse.
You do all 7 bad guys and then do 1 superhero.
Isn't there some basement where we could just get a bunch of bad guys?
Oh, maybe Andrew Garfield came through that basement.
Oh,
and it's in Oscorp. That would solve a lot of issues.
Central New York.
If it was right in the centre and they were all just there.
And he just put him on.
And then every movie that you need a bad guy, he just falls accidentally into that basement.
Oh
no, I've collapsed another piece of glass that has a hoverboard.
I would watch a Kraven solo film.
Yeah, and so Kraven the Hunter, if anyone doesn't know, he's a dude that likes to hunt.
He just loves killing.
He just loves killing, and we've covered him twice, so let me try and nail this.
Yeah.
He gets bored of hunting animals, because he's the world's greatest hunter, and eventually decides that he's going to start hunting the biggest prey of all, Tom Holland.
Yes. Well, he's not that big.
He's a little boy.
He's a trim man. Svelte, I would say.
So, according to an exclusive from the Variety, a casting grid has revealed details about what Sony is picturing for the Kraven the Hunter solo film. The character is referred to as a maniacal big game hunter. Seems
pretty spot on. Well done, Sony.
A direct reference to the comic book version. Sony have done it again.
He's like a vegan warrior activist. He's just we read the wrong one.
I really don't like hunting.
No to gun. Actually, he's not big on guns anyway, but
more importantly, the information specifically states that he is hunting Spider-Man. Other details revealed are that they are looking for someone who is a Bourne type in their late 30s or 40s to play Kraven the Hunter.
Why? That's Joe Manganiello.
Well, I think how old is Joe Manganiello?
I
think he's 50.
That's late 40s.
When Spider-Man 1 came out, he was about 35, and he was meant to be a high school student.
That's true. So he was older than Tobey Maguire, I think.
I think he was 3 years younger than the teacher.
I think he might have been older tthan the teacher.
There's some weird fact that he was around the same age as the guy playing the teacher.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So they're now saying that though Marvel have Spider-Man for 2 more movies, according to the deal, Sony has started mapping out their cinematic universe's future after that.
Is Kevin Feige helping?
No, because they only have him for another 2, and then they say, no more, Kevin, we can do this without you.
You said this before.
We don't need you, Kevin, we're Sony.
At least we'll get 2 definitely good ones. And then we'll see what happens. I'd love the Sony ones to be good.
And so that's why you have the Vulture, who's in the Morbius trailer.
Yeah.
So you got the Vulture, you got Morbius, you have Venom. If you introduce Kraven the Hunter, there's 4.
Yeah, it's true.
You've already nailed.
Get Sandman back.
Sandman, enter Night, take my hand.
Ah, yes. I love My Chemical Romance.
Yes, indeed. So they're building all this up, and so now they've said that the Kraven the Hunter movie will be directly connected to Spider-Man, who's basically at the centre of the MCU. So Kraven's involvement could actually affect the MCU world, not just the Sony world, because they're going to be bringing him in the next few years before those 2 movies are out.
Okay, that would be cool to see him, like, if he just hunts. Imagine him hunting, I don't know, Hawkeye.
Oh, that'd be good. Ronan versus Kraven.
No, not Ronan.
Ronan
Hawkeye.
versus... Oh. Jeremy Renner with his little tail.
Yeah, his little fucking skunk.
I just read that because I think it was before, it was like, oh, we might do Kraven. But now they're specifically saying Kraven could be our next big thing. That's
an interesting one. There is a great theory online that Peter Parker has to go into hiding and Kraven has seen the news reports and is like, I want to kill that child. Because so, he would be like that. He wants to kill that child. Absolutely. But Peter Parker is using the alias Ben Reilly. Oh, Sean, don't do this to me. Because he could be the Scarlet Spider. Sean, no. And people listening to this, it's the clone saga. It's the clone saga, but one of the clones, I forget which one. But this is when there was loads of clones of Spider-Man. Is it Kane? I don't know. Abel? I think one of them went to San Francisco. Just one of them. But how many of the clones were there? Dozens and thousands. Of course. There were clones, and then there was multiverse, and it had all the spider people. But one of them went to San Francisco, and where's Venom set? LA. I thought it was San Francisco. No, it is San Francisco. Oh, lads, I'm very tired. You got confused. Which look, I'll figure out in my own time. Which one of them went to San Francisco? So you're saying Kraven could systematic... I would watch a movie where Kraven goes around shooting all of the clones of Spider-Man one by one. See, I'm not saying clone him. I'm just saying... I'm saying clones. Call back to the comics. Peter Parker is now named Ben Reilly, but he's operating in San Francisco for a bit. Right. Encounters Venom. And then Kraven comes in? And Kraven wants to kill Venom or Spider-Man? Kraven wants to kill Spider-Man, and then he teams up with Venom. And that's 2 out of 6. 2 out of 6. Then they go to New York to get Morbius. Yeah, just get him. They drive up outside his house and like, get in! We're going shopping! Beeping the horn. Would you come on, Jared? They call him Jared. Call him Jared. And it has to be nighttime, of course. Yeah, I'd love to see Kraven. In film form. Well, that is our news. After we did the last 2 Heroes Yours, I thought you'd be very interested to know that he's coming. He's definitely... What'd you do if I just gave you nothing in that report? Just be like, I'm not that interested. Not for me. Not for me, you know what I mean? So something that you could be interested in though, Sean. Interesting. WandaVision. 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 Oh now, WandaVision, this is one of the trailers that dropped during the Super Bowl, so everyone's already talked about it to date. Yes. We're coming in real late. Woo! As we always do. But that Oscars news. Right on the... Yeah, that was actually the most on-topic thing we've ever talked about. Really it is. We're normally at least 2 weeks late on everything. Really just great at SEO, guys. So, WandaVision. We seen the trailer. It was only like a short little few clips that they played. It was just like a Marvel Disney Plus promo, essentially. And so they're still keeping kind of mostly the plot details for WandaVision under wraps, but it looks like it's now like a TV show kind of set thing. Yeah, what did you get from it? I got it that like every episode is a different style of TV show. Right. Like you got your Full House and you got your That 70s Show and you got your what's the other one? The one that says Pow Zoom Straight to the Moon, whatever that one is. Oh yeah, I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, but anyway, it's like different eras of TV shows, of like studio-based family shows. Yeah, and I think it's going to be her trying to create or recreate a life with Vision, who's we all know got his head crushed in. What? When? In Infinity War? Oh right. Yeah, he lived. Yeah. and then he got dead.
That'll get you. If you're
Happens to us all.
If you're living and then you got dead,
That'll kill you.
do you know everyone in my family has died?
Good God. Is it catching?
Every one of my relations who from years back.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's going to be passed on. I think it's like
It's a genetic thing.
It's
yeah.
genetics. I think it is.
That's genetic. Could we just breed that out of us? But
Marvel students they've also confirmed that this is going to connect to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness with Scarlet Witch in that movie.
Yeah.
Having maybe doubled her powers or even tripled her powers.
Having more comic accurate powers.
So is this a case where she has created this whole universe because he is dead? Is he dead?
I think... See, that's the thing. Vision is an AI.
So he can't technically be dead. You could just build another one.
Yeah. No, it's weird because he's made
They use Loki's staff though.
They have the Mind Stone
Yeah.
in him. And they also use Thor's lightning to charge him up.
Yes.
He's made of vibranium.
There's a lot of things going on.
Yeah, and he's also like a hodgepodge of Jarvis and Ultron.
Together,
yeah. So maybe you can't just recreate him.
Mm.
But
Scarlet Witch could.
yeah, I think she could be hopping through dimensions looking for a Vision that is the same. I think she might not have full control of these new powers, and so it takes her a while to realise she's in another dimension, if you get me.
You mean another multiverse of madness?
Good God!
Hang on!
Because you see her for a moment and she like snaps out of it, and everything around her's grey.
Yeah, and it's just her and she's dressed like normal Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. So I think that's her breaking out of, I don't know, whatever weird fucking world she's put herself into. Also, she's wearing the comic book Scarlet Witch costume.
That's the Halloween costume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fucking amazing.
'Cause I think is that like actually like perfectly accurate as well. Interesting.
Like, people are saying it looks cheap, and yeah, it's a Halloween costume in the show.
I think it's meant to be.
Also, in one of them, she looks pregnant.
Oh, she does. She has the two kids.
Yeah.
I can't remember the two kids' names.
Me either.
But the one thing that stood out to me was that obviously what comes across is that it's something isn't right.
Yeah.
And literally, you're only showing like 15 seconds, but immediately you're thinking there's something wrong.
Yeah.
This is weird.
It is weird. It is like unsettling nearly.
Yeah, and so the two of them are called Wiccan and Speed.
Okay.
We may be so that's the most exciting information in the teaser. Is the near confirmed introduction of Wanda and Vision's twin sons, Tommy and Billy. Eagle-eyed fans quickly noticed that in one shot, while wearing the earlier mentioned Brady Bunch outfit, Wanda may be pregnant.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I like that. We're not getting it for a while, but this sells Disney Plus subscriptions, surely.
I think, apparently the sales are through the roof. They're like way higher than they thought they'd be at this time, the projections.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Excellent. It is thundering like fuck outside.
Oh yeah, so Storm Kira's hitting us, don't worry about it.
Would be grand.
But yeah, I think the introduction of those children would be fascinating if she has like the twins.
Yeah.
And then are you going to be constantly questioning, are they real? Or are they fake?
Because
Vision can't have children.
No, not at all.
No.
Well, they do in the comics. Vision is a whole weird family.
Yeah, but he's a robot though.
He's an android.
Yeah, he's an android.
See, the thing is about Scarlet Witch though, she is a human mutate. Like she had her DNA altered by the Scepter, but her children would be mutants.
Straight up
mutants.
Yeah.
They could be the first mutants in the MCU.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But are they real though?
But she can make them real.
See, she can alter reality.
Yeah.
Holy shit, this woman has so much power. Okay, so she creates those children, and they're real. And then Doctor Strange is like, you're meddling with universe.
Everything.
You're meddling with everything and the universe, and this isn't right. And then they have a bit of a scrap in the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, because in Endgame, in Infinity War, Tony Stark asked Doctor Strange, where have you been all these years? Like, why haven't you helped with Battle of New York or anything like that? And Strange is like, I've been protecting your reality.
That seems like a big job, in fairness.
Yeah, so maybe she's like blending everyone's reality with this new reality or something like that. And
you wouldn't be able to stop her. The only person who would be able to stop her is Doctor Strange. Really, yeah. Or
someone with mind-based powers, psychic.
But even then, he wouldn't really be that strong as her. Because she's the ultimate
I think
strength.
we're going to see a moment in Multiverse of Madness where she overpowers Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Who is pretty much, he's one of the most powerful characters.
Well, he went toe-to-toe with Thanos, and Thanos had 3 stones at that stage. How many stones did he have at that stage? 3 or 4, because he was getting the time stone.
Yeah, I think he had 4.
4.
Yeah.
So he went toe-to-toe with Thanos with 4 stones.
Nearly at full power, like.
Yeah.
And he had bits in that fight at the end of Endgame when Thanos, like, was just berserking on everyone.
Yeah.
Like, and then he was a proper match for him. You know, like, if it was just Thanos on his own, I think Doctor Strange would win.
Yeah. Doctor Strange is so powerful now, so you need a villain the level of Scarlet Witch. But is she even a villain? I think she's just basically lost after the loss of Vision.
Yeah, I think she's in mourning. Like, it's grief.
Yeah. And speaking of that, we do have news on Doctor Strange 2, and that is that we covered last week that Scott Derrickson would be missing. He would be not doing Doctor Strange 2.
But who could ever replace him?
Who could ever replace him? Well, the news is that Sam Raimi is in advanced talks to direct Doctor Strange 2.
Fuck yes! Give me this. Give me this, please. It's a multiverse
of madness. Yes.
And bring Tobey Maguire back for a bit.
Why?
Because it's a multiverse. He could just hop in.
But not play Spider-Man. He's Tobey. No, he's Seabiscuit.
He's Seabiscuit. Like, he could just visit a different New York for a second.
Right. So Sam Raimi is in advanced talks. Advanced talks basically means he's agreed to it and they've agreed to it, but they're just working out money or whatever. Like,
yeah, I suppose.
Normally advanced talks is we fairly much... It's not just they're asking him. He must have showed an interest.
Exactly, yeah. Like, there's negotiations happening.
And he is replacing Scott Derrickson, or he would be replacing if he signs on. Sam Raimi, very famous for having directed the original Spider-Man trilogy.
The Evil Dead.
He's good at horror.
At horror.
Which I think Doctor Strange 2 would be seen as a bit of a horror. The problem was, didn't Derrickson want to do lots more horror? And they told him... No, tone it down a little bit. So Sam Raimi might have a level of horror that they were looking for, rather than Derrickson, who probably wanted to go all out.
See, Sam Raimi can do camp horror very, very well. And, you know, a movie about a magician is like, it's right up his alley. I think I'd like to see how he deals with it, because it's a big universe. You know, like, there's a lot that's been built in this universe that you have to abide by. You can't change everything. And
we said this was probably the hardest project to come in on late, because, like, as we said, like, this is Doctor Strange. There are so many different rules that you have to abide by, and to come in, like, if you come in on Black Panther or Iron Man, I think it's fairly obvious where the limits are, what the sets are. Doctor Strange gets more power for every single time we see him.
Exactly.
So anything can happen.
He can do pretty much anything.
And not only that, but now the villain, if they are Scarlet Witch, she gets more powerful every single time we see her. So anything can happen between anybody, and we don't know who's going to win. We don't know the rules of the universe. Like, what are the stakes here? Or what's allowed or what's not?
That's the thing, and WandaVision will set a precedent for a lot of stuff. Like, if it's, as you say, Scarlet Witch getting more powerful, Sam Raimi needs to know that so he can work that in. Now, I don't know if he's writing it.
They haven't actually mentioned anything about, like, I think he's probably using Derrickson's script, or he's using about 70% of it. They probably will change things here and there. But I think it's a case of, like, Ant-Man, where they have Edgar Wright's script and they come in, they can change this, change that. So you still have the basis of what he wanted to do, but you work in a little Marvel what they want in regards to WandaVision, and they're kind of probably more working together. Yeah,
now I know Raimi didn't do a Spider-Man 4 because he wasn't happy with the interference from Sony.
For Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3, because they were like, put Venom in.
And he's like, I don't want to do Venom.
It's like, it's too many.
Yeah.
And then that movie turned into what it turned into.
Because he wanted to do Sandman. Sandman, and then finish off the Harry Osborn story.
Harry Osborn, yeah.
And then they were just like, put Venom in. He was like, I don't have time. Well, just knock Harry Osborn out, give him amnesia for a while, and then you'll have time for Venom. And so he just did it as bad as possible.
And then he killed Venom at the end.
Yeah.
You see his skeleton.
So I think Sam Raimi is someone I don't think I've heard of too many things of him being involved in. He's been producing a lot in the last few years.
Yeah, he produced Ash vs. Evil Dead, didn't he?
Like he's been very much not really behind the scenes in a director role, but of course he did direct one of the best superhero movies of all time in Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 3. To be fair, he needed to pick it up after 2. 2 was true. Dog shit.
Let the ball drop, Sam.
Look, it was rolling on the floor and he went, I may do 3. Venom.
The Venom will save me.
And so him coming in, I think it's not a choice you would pick straight off the bat, but sometimes that's the best choice.
Absolutely, yeah. And
weirdly, it's one of those choices that they give you and you go, I never even thought about that, but that could work.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think of an example, but when I heard the news, it was like when I saw J.K. Simmons at the end of Far From Home.
Yes.
I was just like, oh, of course.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously he's in this movie.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to move on to our next piece of news, and that is Indiana Jones 5.
Is this news?
It is news, Sean, because we have Indiana Jones 5 is officially not going to be a reboot. It is going to be a direct sequel to the previous movies.
Stop trying to kill Harrison Ford.
See, we thought maybe it'll be a reboot. You have a few shots of Harrison,
and
then go back. And maybe bring in, who's the guy from...
Shia LaBeouf?
No, from Solo.
Alden
Ehrenreich.
Bring him in as a replacement.
But not only, however, an update from Kathleen Kennedy confirms that Indiana Jones 5 will of course see the light of day. It is happening, Sean. We're all excited.
Why though?
Indiana Jones, Lethal Weapon 5. We need number 5s.
5's when it gets good again.
Actually, that's true. If we go with the Fast and Furious motto, bring The Rock in to play Harrison Ford.
Oh my god.
Young Harrison Ford played by The Rock.
See, there was a time, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and it was Chris Pratt's going to be Indiana Jones at some point.
Yes.
That was the going theory.
It's because he would basically, it's hard to do that charm. The only ones I can think of are Brendan Fraser in The Mummy.
Yeah.
And Chris Pratt in Guardians.
Yeah.
Or Jurassic World.
Yeah, where it's aloof, good heart, but is just a bit of a gruff prick.
He's gruff, he's aloof, but he's likeable.
Yeah.
And he's dumb in certain situations, but you believe the fact that he can outsmart people in certain situations.
Exactly, yeah. And there's a bit of slapstick to him.
Yeah.
And he'll murder a man.
He'll murder many a man.
He'll push a man into a plane's propellers.
Does he push anyone though?
No, he actively moves to make sure he dies. Indiana
Jones is his one mode of fight is get punched until the other man falls down.
That's it, yeah. And occasionally he'll do the swing.
Yeah, it's the Homer Simpson boxing. What's your man's name? Tatum. Drederick Tatum. You have to fight back, Homer.
He's just so good at taking punches.
That's all Indiana Jones does. So I don't want to see 79-year-old Harrison Ford being punched repeatedly.
It's the Irishman thing as well. He can't, I don't think he can really do the action that Indiana Jones requires. Brendan Fraser got fucked up bad doing The Mummy.
Oh, his body was fucked with the third one.
It's still fucked, I think.
Yeah,
trauma.
He even said, I think the quote was he was held together by ice and bandages.
Something
by
like
the
that,
third one.
It's you can't have a 79-year-old man who, in most movies he's been on recently, he's broken a bone on. Just on accident.
Yeah, they said that Harrison Ford, this is confirmed by Kathleen Kennedy, because Lucasfilm and Disney own Indiana Jones.
As they do most things.
As they do most things, because they have a monopoly on the market, but they have said that this Harrison Ford will be involved, and it's not a reboot, it's going to be a continuation. But where do you go from 4 when Aliens came?
And it turns out that aliens were real.
Yeah, he found out aliens were real. Is it just him in a basement on Google?
Could be.
Trying to type everybody on Reddit.
The last one was set in the 50s, was it?
Yeah, I'm trying to think, right. So what were the original set? The
World
40s?
War II.
Yeah, 40s.
Yeah.
And so then Shia came in, and he was the new hip guy.
That's 50s, I think.
Or was it 60s? Because there's the nuclear explosion of him in a fridge.
And they're all afraid of communists.
So that would be the 60s.
I believe so.
Yes.
So now, 70s, Vietnam?
79-year-old Harrison Ford in the Congo, in the Vietnam, just pops up with trees all around.
And a knife in his mouth.
Makeup everywhere. Make Platoon.
Like, you have to do smaller scale stories, surely.
Oh man, where do you go? From smaller scale, you can't go aliens are real to small scale.
But the first Indiana Jones
was him fighting the Nazis and trying to get some.
Trying to get the Ark of the Covenant?
Yeah, off them.
But I think a lot of the sell of that was like, oh look, this is Egypt.
Yeah.
You know, was it Egypt?
I think it was Egypt. I might be wrong, but I think it was. And he's fighting Nazis and he wins at the end because he's smart.
Exactly, yeah. He doesn't punch all the Nazis real good.
No.
I mean, he does.
Actually, he does. They punch him.
That's true. Well, I don't know. Nothing will be better than the first three.
Or number 4. 4 is the best. We all know that.
Rank the first three for me.
Oh,
yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
1, 2, 3.
Really?
Would you go 1, 2, 3?
I think Last Crusade is fantastic.
Maybe.
I think it's my favourite one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Last Crusade, Raiders, and then
so that's 3, 2, 3, 1, 2.
3, 1, 2. What's the second one called? Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom scared me.
That's just that's just you were a little boy and it scared you.
That's true. It's the Kalima thing.
Kalima.
He pulls a man's heart out, doesn't he? You see that happen.
It's heavily implied anyway.
Right. And there's the monkey brains. Oh, it's the whole thing. I'd rather not go into it.
You're honestly still a bit scared.
So just, can I have like a blanket or something?
No, it's actually very cold. There's a big storm hitting outside as we talk.
And here we are podcasting.
Here we are in the rain. I'm going to put you outside out of
Oh no.
You just shouted your thoughts.
Kalima!
I can't hear you over the thunder.
And lightning.
So we're saying Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones 5, best idea ever?
Best actor, I think. Best picture.
Actor. Would you be happy to accept Indiana Jones 5 if Nicolas Cage replaced Harrison Ford and played Indiana Jones?
Ooh.
National Treasure style, but Indiana Jones 4.
I think I would be okay with that.
I think you would be too.
I think I'd allow that. I want people to just do weird shit with movies again.
But not like number 5 Indiana Jones.
No.
We're talking Nicolas Cage and everything.
Or even just someone you wouldn't think. Cast Jonah Hill as Indiana Jones.
Jonah Hill?
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Seth Rogen as Short Round.
Shia LaBeouf is Indiana Jones.
No,
Shia LaBeouf, he could be really cool. He's on a bike.
Cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
He's on a bike and he has like a leather jacket and he's
playing with a knife.
Oh, he's always playing with that knife and you're like, oh, he's never gonna. I went to the cinema to see Indiana Jones 4.
Me too.
Yeah. We paid money for that.
I think I left school early to go see it.
No way.
Yeah.
I think I went on a birthday party.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think like it was one of those things like there's Indiana Jones is out, I'm turning fucking 12. Yeah. Let's all go to the movies. And so we all went and I just remember thinking, I don't think I've seen the rest of them. I think I've seen 4 first.
Jesus Christ. How was your intro?
And then I went back. I was like, can't be any worse.
Were they better?
No, the worst. 4 is still my favourite, just because the aliens. Yeah. There's aliens at the end.
That's true.
Have you seen 65-year-old Harrison Ford punch an alien? I have. It's pretty good.
There's weird double crossing going on in that movie.
Yeah,
it's just a mess.
It doesn't make any sense. So we're finishing off Movie Mondays this week, Sean, with the big trailer from the Super Bowl.
Which one is that now?
Now, it wasn't WandaVision.
No.
And it was a trailer that we watched before we started recording here, and I was sat beside you as you watched it.
And I felt some things.
You have not seen the Fast and Furious movies.
No.
You've seen Tokyo Drift?
I've seen the first half of Tokyo Drift.
Wow, that is not very good. So, this is Fast and Furious 9. I have seen them all. No, I haven't seen 2. No, I haven't seen 3.
Okay.
I haven't seen 3. The worst.
The worst one.
I skipped that because the rest of them were all gold. I didn't want to ruin it. But Fast and Furious 9, the trailer came out. Sean, where do you want to begin?
I'd just like to point out, on my notes here, I've written "what the fuck" twice.
Yeah, no, it's good, isn't it? It's pretty good.
Is this what all of the movies are like?
They're getting worse.
No, as in like
the stakes.
better.
As in the stakes get worse and more ludicrous.
So Vin Diesel has a family.
Yes. His fam, La Familia.
La Familia.
Yeah, La Familia.
And family's very important to him.
And Corona. La Familia, Corona.
Do you think Corona are going to do a big push because of the whole virus?
Do you think his child is going to be called Corona?
Jeez,
that would be a plot twist.
I would love that so much. That's just leaning into it.
It was just called Corona.
So, is he doing one last job? Did he get out of it at the end of the last one?
Okay.
Is he still in it?
I'm trying to remember. So number 7 was the parking lot collapsed on top of him.
And he walked it off.
And he walked it up. Well, no, he was sore for like 5 minutes. And he was like,
the shoulder roll.
He did he cracked his neck a few times. He went, no, it's just a parking lot. And then he just walked off. Number 8 was Charlize Theron, them fighting in the city. And all the cars were evil. They were controlled by robots. Jason Statham was in it.
Hobbs?
Hobbs from Hobbs and Shaw fame. Is he Hobbs or Shaw?
I don't know.
No, he's Shaw. Hobbs is The Rock. Hobbs is in 8. And is 8 the one where he
guides a nuclear missile with his hand?
Yes! That's it. I was thinking of 7. 7 ends in the city. 8 ends on the ice.
Yeah.
8 is the one where Vin Diesel survives a nuclear bomb going off about 50 yards away from him, and he's protected by cars.
Right.
They park in a circle around him in 3 cars, and he's protected from the flames.
Of course, but the radiation.
But you think the cars are made of petrol, or they would have petrol in them.
Yeah.
So that would be flammable.
There's glass a lot there as well.
If they exploded, be unhealthy. But he was crouching on the ice, and they like parked around him, so he was protected.
You think the shockwave would damage the ice?
You would, but Vin's very strong, and he lives his life 1/4 mile at a time. So what can we do?
He says that in this trailer.
That's his first line.
Yeah. I like how this movie lays out the plot very quickly.
What's the plot of this movie, Sean?
There's a super soldier, good fighty dude who's also a great driver.
Yes.
And also
I like how they mentioned he's a great, super spy, super assassin, he's super cool, also great driver.
Also great at cars.
Because we're going to have a scene where he drives.
And also he's Don Toretto's brother.
Yes.
And
he's John Cena.
I see him.
You do see him. I want a bad guy in these movies to not have a license and not be able to, like, he just stalls.
He gets the bus.
Yeah, like they're all like ready to chase him down the car. He gets into his car and he's like tries to put it in first, and it just cuts out. Fucks it, and he has to like put up the handbrake and restart everything again. Just don't panic.
There's no one behind you. You're grand.
It's grand. You're not fucking causing any traffic jams. It's fine, okay?
This movie looks a lot like the Black Widow trailer.
Really?
They're evenly matched in fighting.
Yes.
The camera spins around them while they swap guns.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
They're long lost brothers, long lost siblings.
It's also the plot of number 5. Now 5 is the best one.
Is it?
I think it's known as the best one. It's like a pure. I think it's a heist film, really.
Okay.
The Rock is the bad guy in that, and there's a scene where Vin Diesel and The Rock have a big fight through like houses, and they're like punching through walls and through ceilings. And it's basically the same shot and scene as him is Vin Diesel versus Cena instead of The Rock.
Right, okay.
So what they did was they just replaced one wrestler with another wrestler and just ran the same scene.
This'll work.
It worked the last time.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Now, Rock and Vin Diesel aren't brothers. But somehow Cena and The Rock and Cena and Vin Diesel are brothers. They don't look alike.
Not at all, no. They could have different parents.
I suppose.
You know?
Just 2 different parents, either side, so not related in any way.
But I think, like, Vin Diesel's got his family, but here's his blood.
Oh, fuck.
You know?
La Familia?
La Familia?
Or La Blood?
I don't know the Spanish for blood.
I don't know.
Like, sanguine? I don't know.
I know Rojo is red.
There you go.
Red blood is Rojo.
Oh, okay. A truck with 3 sections does a perfect flip.
Yes.
That's a fake truck.
Oh yeah, that's the big truck flip.
Yeah.
That was one thing that you see and you went, that's a fake truck.
That's a fake truck.
Because we know of a real truck flip.
There's been one good one in cinema.
In The Dark Knight had the real truck flip, and every other movie since then, they think they can CGI it past us. We're on to you. Right? Look, if you're going to flip a truck, flip a fucking truck.
That's it. And also, how you really know it's fake, they do it from multiple angles.
Right.
And far away.
Yeah.
If that was a real truck flip, you have one shot at that.
Because it looks good only in one shot, and we're not doing it again.
We just flipped a fucking truck, lads. Also, I don't think you physically could flip that and not kill everyone.
No. Did you see the bit where Vin Diesel... This trailer is very much... Did you see the bit?
Yeah.
Did you see the bit where Vin Diesel catches a car?
Yeah.
A car gets thrown at him and he just kind of... He, takes the impact.
And just, guides it.
But he's just a man standing on top of a moving car.
Strangely, not the weirdest thing in this trailer.
No, that's just accepted. I haven't even got to near the end bits, but yet he catches a car, Sean.
He does.
That's not physically possible. I know loads of really strong boys, right? I know Cena. Yeah. John Cena, very strong boy. If someone throws a car at him, there's no way he catches that car.
I don't think so,
There's no way. If The Rock and Cena can't do it, there's no way Vin Diesel can do it.
Little old Vin Diesel.
And Vinny, I think, is probably in good shape. He'd kill the two of us.
Absolutely.
But if he's standing beside the two of them, and let's just say The Rock. The Rock is the biggest man in the world.
Yeah.
If he's not able to catch a car, can anyone catch a car?
I think the three of them together could maybe stop it.
You wouldn't even be able to stop it. You'd slow it down. You'd still get smashed.
They'd break the impact a little bit.
But what about one Vinny?
Not a whole.
No, I don't know. I don't think so.
So...
What do you want to talk about?
He runs out a road at one point.
This is near the end.
Goes over a cliff.
No, the bad guy goes over a cliff.
Goes over a cliff.
Cena goes over the cliff.
Cena goes up, yeah. And
Charlize Theron comes in with the magnetic plane and picks him up and flies away.
Exactly.
But so what does Vin do? Now Vin would just... Normal people would just stop.
Oh,
and
Vin
say,
would stop.
You win this round. I don't have a magnetic plane.
Vin has places to be.
Yeah.
Places to go. He grabs what is essentially just a rope.
No, he doesn't even grab it. He drives over a piece of wood that has the rope on it. And then hooks it to it.
And then he just goes straight off the cliff.
Yeah.
And
then about halfway down, gravity takes hold. The rope goes taut.
And force swings them.
Now, we haven't seen if he lands.
We haven't seen where he lands.
Would it be funnier if he didn't land?
Would it be funnier if he went... I'm going to think of an example here. So he's going off the cliff, right? I'm using a pen as a car.
Right, nobody can see this.
I know, but he's going off the cliff.
Okay.
Comes out, rope gets taut, swings around.
Comes back to the same road.
And then just drives home. End of the film.
That's how
it's like, guess he got away. That's when I wrote my second what the fuck.
It's just like, he just throws his hands up like, well, we'll go back to another day. Look, back to the drawing board.
Sure, look, no, he's in a plane.
He's in a magnetic plane, lads. We're never going to get him, but he's in there.
If, the only way you could possibly catch up to him is if you could drift the entire way.
Can he Tokyo drift into the air?
I think there's only one man who can Tokyo drift.
One man? But, Sean, you didn't see the end of Tokyo Drift, and that one man has been dead for the past 3 movies.
That's what they would have you believe. But if you don't watch to the end, he's not dead.
If you skip that scene, not only in Tokyo Drift, but also in the end of 7? I think it's the end of... No, is it the end of 6 or 7? I think it's 6. So if you skip Tokyo Drift's end and the end of 6, then Han is not technically dead because you never seen him die. And if you just go la 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 la, close your eyes.
What if does Han have a secret twin? Identical twin. Would you put it past this movie?
I was about to say, I think, is it identical twin? Which is worse? Identical twin or he's just alive?
Clone. If they introduce cloning to this...
Vin Diesel's not... He's going to clone himself 55 times and that'll be his new La Familia. There'll be so much gruff La Familia.
The only ones he can trust.
You're the only ones I can trust.
It's pretty good.
He's so gruff.
Such a gruff
Half
man.
the time you don't know what he's saying.
He talks by driving.
Like, even at the start, he's just like, and I'm just like, quarter mile what? At a time.
That's too fast.
So yeah, Han is back at the end. Are you excited for the return of a dead character who's definitely dead and we see him die twice?
I think it's time for me to get caught up.
I think it's time for you to catch back up with these movies, because I think me and you could have a great 45-minute chat on all these movies.
Just how ridiculous they are.
Yeah.
If I do them all in like a week, that's going to be too much for my brain.
Yeah, I think so. I think you need to space it out, but I'd skip 4. You don't need 4.
Okay.
Start with 5.
Ooh.
And just go from there.
Because that's when they start being
Then
ridiculous.
The Rock is introduced in 5.
Okay.
So just go 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's only 4. That's not bad.
It's not bad. My notes are the stunts look good, kind of.
Yeah.
I have the kind of there.
Fake truck.
I have John Cena, who's his brother. And then a fight like number 5. He catches a car. 2 question marks.
Yeah.
Tyrone is having fun, or Tyrese is having fun. I wrote. He's having fun.
He is having fun with it.
He's having fun.
You have to really though, don't
His
you?
arse is in fuego, he says at one point.
I forgot about that bit.
Yeah, his arse is in fuego. Well, sorry, his ass is in fuego.
What does in fuego mean?
On fire.
Oh God.
Rojo means ray.
Ooh. Portuguese.
Do you think Tyrese is having fun?
I think so. I hope so.
What about Ludacris? The two of them are having fun.
Do you think they just like hanging out with each other?
I think they're friends in real life, and they bring them in every so often, do a few scenes, and they go home.
Get a paycheck.
Go home.
Out and lash.
The truck flip and the rope, question mark. There's lots of question marks I've noticed. I never even seen this, but I have. He catches a car, question mark, truck flip, question mark, rope, question mark, and then Han, question mark, he dead.
He's very dead.
He did.
But I think
when has being dead ever stopped anyone?
No, never.
Never.
Except for all of your family who
genetics.
Genetics. God damn these genes of mine. I think this is the first trailer.
Yeah. Where do you go
from here? How do you build hype after that?
2 ropes.
Oh. Yeah. 2 cars, 1 rope.
I think if he could somehow just Tokyo drift into flying. There has to be some physics behind drifting so hard you just start flying.
Take off.
You just take off. And if Vin can do it, I think Vin is the man to go to.
What about Vin Petrol?
Vin Petrol.
His
weird. I got that. Yeah, you've clearly been up since 5.
So tired.
Vin unleaded.
Vin Green Diesel.
Vin Green Diesel. You don't like him. Yeah, he's terrible running. It wouldn't run it at all.
Jesus.
And the new film is out Friday, the 22nd of May, 2020. We're all very excited. Number 10 is already set for 2021 next year, so
they're presuming it's going to do.
They're going back to back, baby.
Just keep filming them. Never stop.
Sure, Vinny's doing nothing else.
They have the cars.
If Ludacris is here for a few weeks,
just fucking get all his scenes done.
Him and Tyrese get all their scenes done in one day, and then fuck off home.
That's all you need.
That is it for this week's Movie Monday.
What
Sean.
a week! Actual film news and then Fast and Furious news.
I just love the Fast and Furious idiocy. I think it's one of the worst, best things ever created.
It knows exactly what it is, though, and we appreciate that.
I mean, a rope.
A regular rope.
Surely that would just pull the front of the car off, and he would just fall to his death to the sea.
What if that's what happened?
It just goes on. The bumper just flies off, and he just slowly falls down.
I think that's the way to go.
I think that has to be the way. That's the last scene of the movie. But technically...
But then he's not dead, because Han came back.
Death means nothing. Han came back twice.
Death means nothing.
We've seen him die twice. It wasn't just that, we never seen the body. We've seen him die twice.
Yeah.
And we all mourned him.
Doesn't mean nothing.
No.
Faked it.
Do you want to give a shout out to all of our patrons before we go?
Actually would.
Yes.
Because for those that don't know, we do have a Patreon. It's in the description, and it's patreon.com/Here'sFire-podcast. And if you donate any amount, you get a shout out in the show.
Yes. And if there's a $5 a month tier that if you donate to that, you get an extra episode every single month where we do a Lazarus Pit, which is a review of one movie just from the last 150 years.
Yeah. Because kind of like there's a lot of comic book movies out there, and just I think general movies that we like.
And this month's movie is going to be Batman Begins,
the first great Batman film.
First great Batman film. We will
after Batman and Robin.
That'll be coming out in the next probably next week at some stage. Probably maybe at the weekend.
Oh, a nice little weekend episode.
Sure, why not? But
that'll be for all our $5 and above patrons.
Yeah, and so you'll get that episode specifically just for you.
And enjoy it, lads.
Enjoy it.
Big thanks to all our patrons, especially Alexander Williams, Ciara Lawler, Ed Ball, Heather Lewis, Joe Burney, Ray Ging, Roisin Hally, and Ryan Evanson. Thank you so much, guys.
Good stuff.
You're all heroes.
Yes. Do you want to take us out, Chad?
Yeah, thanks everyone very much for listening to this episode of Movie Mondays. We'll be back next Monday with another episode of Movie Mondays, Wednesday with Weird News Wednesday, and Friday with a Hero or Zero. It's whose week is it this week?
Your
Mine?
week. Yeah.
Mine? Yeah. Oh no!
I want my underwear.
I'm going to do it on Han.
And then he did. And then he alive.
And then he did.
But then he alive.
As I said, we do have a Patreon if you want to support us over there. We're also on all the social medias, and you can email us here'sfire_outlook.com. Everything's in the description, but most importantly, tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one.
Just the one.
No, it's two.
Two until Valentine's Day.
Two until Valentine's Day.
Tell two people they can listen together.
Very good.
Have
very
a bit
romantic.
of fun.
So I've been Ciara Lawler.
I've been Sean Mean.
We'll see you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.